Cardano has been doing incredible in November and December of 2024. Cardano is getting the roses it deserves. And if you go back to our ultimate Cardano price prediction, you can see that ADA is coming right into here, breaking above a dollar, kind of as we anticipated, and repeating the cycle that we had last year, or last cycle before the big altcoin season in 2021. In 2020, November and December broke the previous all-time high that Cardano had, right? Or the previous higher high, not all-time high, but the previous higher high. And so this year in 2024, many people are expecting 2025 to be that massive year for Cardano and altcoins and the whole crypto market where we sell it all and make a bunch of money and become millionaires, right? And so in order for that to happen, we need this same pattern to set up, which it has done very beautifully, very nicely, okay? November of 2024, here we have taken out the previous higher high, right? You can see here we have bear market low, higher high, November takes it out, December continues the pattern. Bear market low, November takes out the higher high, and December continues the pattern. Now with Cardano breaking above a dollar, this is very, very good news and eyes are coming back to Cardano. But I want to tell you why just Cardano breaking a dollar is not the end of the road, and how by February of 2025, we could see Cardano breaking its all-time high, getting above $3 again. To start this analysis out, the first thing that we need to do is come over here. Let me make this a little easy on the eyes. But we need to come over here to the Cardano monthly returns. Now, we're going to have to play with this data a little bit. We don't have a ton of historical data for Cardano just yet, cycle over cycle, to say, like, is this a definitive pattern or is this something that we've seen happen multiple times? But the big thing that we want to look at here is every time we have a green November, okay, this is November. I know when you hover, it says October. It's not correct, okay? This is November. Every time we have a green November, Cardano has a green December. Currently, we've had a massively green November, and so theoretically, we can expect December to continue to be green for Cardano, okay? That's our first piece of good news. We're going to have a good December, right? The odds are that we're going to have a good December. The next thing we want to look at down here is the average, the average return per month for Cardano. A couple of things I want you to look at here, but the first thing is that January, February, November, and December are typically the best months for Cardano to have good returns. Now, there's some other months in here like July, July is typically a good summer month for Cardano. May is a good summer month. April is a kind of a good month for Cardano. But the best months, the best kind of season that Cardano has is November, December, January, and February, okay? Trust me, we're getting somewhere. This is going to line up perfectly with how Cardano breaks its all-time high in February 2025. The last big piece of information we want to look at here is what happened in late 2020. Remember, right here, this pattern we're looking at is November 2020, December 2020, January 2021, February 2021. This pattern is what we're looking to replicate, okay? Last cycle, down here, you can see right here, November 2020, 84%. December 2020, 6%, right? Still green. Then we came over here into January of 2021 with 89% return, 89%. This continues into February with 277% return. Now, in 2021, January and February combined was about a 360% return, okay? We could just round it and say 300% return, right? We're not sure, what kind of return we're going to get this time, but let me show you what is currently happening in Cardano, okay? If we come right up here to November of 2024, what have we done? We've had a great November, 200% return. We are having currently a good December, 12% return. This is perfectly mirroring November 2020 here in November 2024. If the pattern continues, which we have not a lot of data to back it up, right? We only have the previous cycle to back it up. But if the pattern continues, what happens if we see a green January 2025 and a green November 2025? And what happens if January and February of 2025 combined make around a 300% return? Well, with Cardano at about $1 today, you can see it right up here, a 300% return gets Cardano back to $3. Now, you might be hearing this and you might say, Dawson, sounds a little bit unrealistic to break our all-time high in November of 2025, what are we going to do with the rest of the year? Is Cardano still going to be able to go up if it goes up that quickly in 2025? The answer is yes. And let me show you why. Again, the best thing that we can do as investors is look at the long-term historical data. And we recognize that Cardano does not have the most data, right? Bitcoin has a lot more data than Cardano, but because Cardano does not have as much data, we get an opportunity as investors to make undervalued investment decisions, right? We get to make the delta between knowing more information and taking bigger risks. And so, as investors who are in Cardano accepting bigger risks, we get to take advantage of these situations. Okay. So, why do I think that Cardano can break its all time high by February? And where do I think it can continue going throughout 2025? Let me take you back to the chart here and let me show you this. All right. Last cycle in 2020, November 2020, December 2020, right? This is the pattern we've been talking about for a couple of weeks on the channel. This is kind of what we're targeting. And we are expecting, based on the historical monthly returns we just talked about, January and February to be a combined increase of around 300%, or a combined increase together of a massive run up. What happened last cycle in early 2021 that we can look forward to today? Well, let me show you. Last cycle, as we went from November to December to January to February, Cardano took out its previous cycle all-time high. This was in November or December of 2017 and January of 2018. This was the ultimate top of the 2018, late 2017, early 2018 cycle. What happened in February of 2021 is Cardano took out that previous all-time high candle wick. So if we line up all of these data points about how November today is mirroring November 2021 and December today is mirroring December 2021, and the monthly returns are showing, okay, if this happens in November and December, we can realistically see a January 2025 and a February 2025 of continued percentage increases. Why can January and February not repeat the same cycle that we had or the same pattern that we had here? In 2021, when January and February kept running, Cardano broke its previous cycle all-time high. If that were to happen today, if Cardano were to go up to 300% that is forecasted based on the previous cycle, January and February at a 300% return would take out the previous all-time high that we had in 2021. That is the pattern that I'm looking at, and that is what I see here today based on this chart, this very long-term monthly view. If Cardano simply repeats the same thing that happened here in 2021 of green November, green December, green January, green February, which we have shown are the most highest average returns for Cardano down here at the bottom, November, December, January, February, if that were to continue to happen and Cardano repeats the same pattern that happened here from 2018 to 2021, then January and February of 2025 would allow Cardano to increase and take out its all-time high of $3 around August of 2021. That is what we're looking at on this chart today. And that's not even the best part. Like, that's not even like the all-time high that Cardano goes to. That's just the beginning of 2025. I want to prepare you for the beginning of 2025. What can happen by February of 2025 is we could break our all-time high. We could get back to $3 for ADA. But this analysis continues further. If we look at 2021, March, April, May, June, even July, in totality, these months kind of average out to kind of keep the price even. We had a pretty good month in May of 2021, but the real candy on top came in August of 2021, where we hit that final peak, that final run up where we did hit $3. We can go back to the chart and look at that. And you see here, over the course of kind of that early, after February, from March, April, May, June, kind of late spring, early summer, Cardano kind of accumulated in this range for a while, right? We didn't have the massive run up until August of 2021, hitting our new kind of all-time high territory between August and September. So the thing that we want to watch out for many people like myself who are calling for Cardano to maybe hit $5, $7, $11, is if we hit $3 in February, what happens over the rest of 2025? And if we look at the past historical data, is that sometime in like after summer, or like it could be in May, it could be in August, it could be in September, sometime in this region, Cardano will have a final push up. And presumably the rest of the altcoin market will have a final push up. And this is where if we were at $3, right, Like if February of 2025 gets Cardano back up here to this $3 level, right? And Cardano's sitting around like right here. If we were to repeat in August of a 100% return, basically a double, right? Then we would then allow Cardano to see maybe a $6 price point in August of 2025. This is the pattern I'm looking at. When I look at this chart here in 2021, this monthly return analysis, I can realistically see how based on 2021, what happened then, how in 2025 Cardano could get to $3 by February 2025, and then kind of chill out for a couple months, kind of let that move digest, right? Reduce risk levels a little bit. And then as crypto continues and we continue bullish momentum, we could see another huge pop-up month, whether it's July, whether it's August, whether it's September, where Cardano gets the next major run up to, its $6 target. We can see here how in the summer, July is typically a good month, right? We do have May, which is typically a green month, and April, which is typically a green month, although that didn't happen in our 2021. I mean, we did still get returns. So basically what I'm saying is February, I'm looking to aim for a $3 Cardano based on historical data. And then throughout the rest of the year, whether it's late spring or whether it's late summer, we're going to want to watch the charts and watch the risk levels and see how this whole crypto market plays out. I see a path immediately to Cardano to hit $3 by February, but then if we want to get to our $6 or $7 price point, what month after that does it hit that double? Like right here in 2021, we had August, which was a massive doubling month. When are we going to see that? That's what I'm watching on Cardano. I don't really know the answer, right? Like we don't know if it's going to be August or July or September or March, right? It could be any of these months where Cardano just keeps going up. But the big thing that I'm watching here is this pattern. November, December, January, February, break the previous all-time high. And if that happens, we are going to see Cardano at $3 by the end of February. After that, assuming, most times after that, we need a little bit of a cool down, whether it's March, April, May, June, right? Cool down, accumulate, maybe go up 20%, down 20%, et cetera, and then have the final pop up to around a $6. This is what I'm looking at in Cardano. These are the massive moves that Cardano is making. It seems unrealistic. At certain point in times, like this massive November move, 216%, that is just absolutely wild. But the amount of money coming into the crypto ecosystem, and as retail and as ETFs and as governments start watching this space, I mean, it becomes more and more realistic every single day. If you're still watching this video, down in the description, we have the Crypto 100X Blueprint. It's how I invest in crypto, basically trying to chase a 100X in my Cardano native positions. If that interests you, get the free download in the description. Other than that, let me know in the comments if you agree we can see $3 by February 2025. If you do, if you're really bullish on ADA, I want to hear your opinion down there. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a comment, like, subscribe. Other than that, hope you enjoyed, hope you had fun, hope you got some value about how I analyze these things, and we will definitely see you in the next video.